in. Tap, tap, tap 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 in. Welcome to Tap In Tuesdays, everybody. It's your girl, Titi from the D. Shout out to everybody that's looking over through StreamYard. All my people over in Instagram world. Y'all know I do this for a few of y'all that inbox me and say, hey, can you go live on Instagram? Yes, I can. But in order to see or engage and comment where the masses can see you, you would have to join me over on Facebook Live. And you could do that by going to my TT from the D podcast page or my personal page if you know me. You could also check us out on LinkedIn, Twitter, Twitch. Of course, both of my Facebook pages, as I said. And there's another one I'm missing. I can't think of it. I can't think of it. But anyway, y'all, welcome to Tap In Tuesday. Shout out to Nikki Giovanni. I see you over there on Instagram, World Queen. And so shout out to everybody everywhere around the globe. Super, super, super excited. Worthy Brown Girl Network is in the building. Founder is Nikki Giovanni. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we are in Tap In Tuesday. And I was supposed to have an amazing guest who's a beast in the acting world. She's been working on film after film after film, and I was super excited to be able to have her on tonight. Miscommunication with the timeline, and then she's on set as we speak right now. That's why she's not here, but that's okay. And then let me tell you how Same be trying to do, because I decided once I realized it was two. I was going to have a Journey come on tonight and talk about her event that she's doing tomorrow, the 3rd annual Juneteenth Music Festival. However, she's doing what you think, getting ready for tomorrow to give y'all a banging festival. And so I was like, okay, I was just going to cancel the show. And then I started not feeling well. I was like, my ears started hurting, my throat started hurting, my chest started hurting, my neck started hurting. I was like, what in a lifetime special? Because I had thought about it inside my mind. I said, you know what? It is June, which is mental health awareness month. And I'm like, a lot of people don't know about that. And so I did my show this morning on mental health awareness for men on the top of the morning show. For those of you that don't know, I have another platform that you can listen Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that can be heard on iHeartRadio, right? Spotify for podcasters, Amazon Music, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Breakers. I think there's something called Black Press, but don't quote me. There's a couple of other ones I need to fine tune because they're out there and I'm like, oh my God. So those ones that I just rambled off and named off, those are my true core listeners around the globe. And I'm grateful for all of you guys and for all the people that tap in for Tap In Tuesday, wherever you are in the world. I am grateful for you. I know that we have an amazing range of audience. And it's so funny when people ask you, like when you reach out to celebrities, they have a PR team, right? Or they belong to an agency because they're under contract and there's a lot of legalities with that. There's a lot of politics and things like that. And so I'm one of those people. I'm going to ask you. All you can do is tell me no. And I'll say, okay, not at this time, right? I'll circle back. Like shout out to Brandy Harvey, Steve Harvey's daughter, Humble Queen. I'm looking forward to having her on my podcast, right? Y'all know she's doing her own thing. And she didn't tell me no, but her calendar is full right now, but she told me to circle back Don't y'all know I'm going to circle back? And so it's the yeses for me, but guess what? It's also the no's for me. I know you might say, that's crazy. It's when I tell you, I've been sending out little messages to certain people, individuals, as they are dropped on my heart, my spirit. And I'm not going to tell you anything that I'm not going to do myself. Finish what you started. Finish what you started. And that goes for men, women, boys, girls, and others. Finish what you started. Okay, so before I get into the meat and potatoes, I want to do a little promo. Okay, I'll do a little promo and shout out a couple of events that's going on that I know about right now coming up. The first one is tomorrow. Okay, so again, Instagrammers, you don't see this because you are over there, but if you go over onto the YouTube, my Facebook Live over there, you'll be able to see the graphics that I'm sharing with all the other folks. But tomorrow is the third annual Juneteenth Music Festival. Yes, and it's going to have live music, comedy, food included. And we ain't talking about no hot dogs and hamburgers. No, no disrespect, but we're talking about lamb chops and macaroni and cheese, stuff like that. I can't wait because y'all know my greedy butt got a ticket, so you know I'm showing up, right? And so, it's featuring G Note 7, the band. You're gonna have it hosted by the one and only Jervis Canty, who is actually my mentor for podcasting in the visual world. Okay, you're gonna have DJ Rob Marks on the ones and twos. You're going to have vocalist JD Green in the building. You're going to have comedian Josh Adams in the building. You're going to have Artistry of a Black Flower in the building. I'm super excited because I love me some Artistry of a Black Flower. Did I tell you that one of the members of Artistry of the Black Flower, one of the founders, is Kyra B, and she is TT from the D, resident licensed therapist. Look, Juneteenth Music Festival is in the building. Whoop, whoop. Let's go. A. Shout out to Journey, Byron Smooth. Shout out to this team. That's an amazing duo. These two, they're just amazing. And I'm super excited to be able to be in attendance tomorrow. It's going to be my very first one. I've always wanted to go, but I just have never had the opportunity, and I'm geeked up because I'm gonna be up in the building. I'm getting there early because I'm getting me a good seat. Players, okay? And so let me go back to that flyer so you can get a little more detail. So there's a $35 donation required, but you get a comedy show, a live entertainment band, artists. When I tell you, y'all getting more than this ticket price is worth, but it's not about the money. The money filters back into the organization to help us be able to maintain and be able to be celebrated and celebrate the culture, right? So there's so much work that and dedication that goes into this, and I'm so proud of Journey and her team. Journey to Sound Productions is going to give you a banging event tomorrow, and I'm super excited to be a guest in the building. Again, you'll have vocalist JD Green in the building, comedian Josh Adams, vocalist Zania Alake. I know y'all have seen her on The Voice and all over the place. You could see her all over the place. Artistry of Black Flower. Shout out to Kyra B and Vaughn. And Kyra B, let me show you her picture right quick. She is TT from the D, resident licensed therapist. Amazing, 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 amazing. Yeah. I got her bio. If you want to know more about Kyra B, she will be in the building, but she'll be on stage. She wears many hats. But again, if you want to be in attendance, then just cash app your $35 donation to JMF Detroit, right? Just move, friend, just in case you need to be able to remember that. Move F friend, Detroit. I made that up. That ain't what that stand for, but I'm just telling you because some people can't, you'd be like, what? How do you do? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either, but I have a weird way of remembering numbers and letters and things like that. So I'm sharing my weird way with you. She said, yes, for us, by us. Boom, boom. Remind me of Carl Kanai, right? Y'all remember Carl Fubu, for us, by us? I'm dating myself. Some of y'all like, who? Some of y'all like, I'm sorry, who? Who is that? It's like, all right, just forget I said. Okay, so that is tomorrow. Remember, that's tomorrow evening. What time, TT? Let me go back to the flyer. 5:30 to 10 p.m. Now, let me be clear, because this is the third annual. People know about it, friends. So don't be coming up in there at 5:30, 5:15, all that, trying to get a good seat and have an attitude. And now here's another thing. Bring your lawn chairs, because there may be no room for you if you come in late. That's why we gotta be on time. And y'all know that old saying, if you're on time, you're late. I know, right? If you're early, you on time. And if you're late, I don't know what to tell you, friend. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so that's all going down tomorrow night. Okay, so my next event, I actually have a 2-day event. This is the Royal Oak Live Music and Food festival that's going on. Rain or shine, they said, and you bring your cheers once again. They got a Saturday lineup, June 22nd, and a Sunday lineup. But before I do that, I'm going to go to Ypsilanti Juneteenth celebration. Shout out to Nikki Giovanni is going to be in the building. There's another flyer that went along with that, but I chose to use this because this is Nikki. Nikki's going to be out there blowing those wires to pieces because her voice is amazing. Okay. And so the celebration starts at 11 to 8 p.m. So it's pretty much all day Saturday, but Nikki will perform at 2:20. So if you are trying to be all over the place and go into different directions, like I'm going to be doing, I'm trying to figure it out. Right. Because I already committed to one performance on Saturday. I didn't know Nikki was performing. I confirmed it. Because sometimes y'all know how we do. We do things and then and Juneteenth is reminding you guys tomorrow to bring your lawn chairs. Hashtag bring your own chair, your lawn chair. Yeah. And even showing love to her fellow sister, Nikki Giovanni. Um, Definitely Saturday, you guys want to go out. Again, it is going to be the Juneteenth celebration in Ypsilanti. Okay. And they said parking is behind Puffer Reds, which is located at 107 Ferris Street. So I guess you park behind there and walk on over to the park. That is my assumption. Remember, Nikki hits the stage at 2:20. Now, the 2-day celebration, we're going to have a lineup. Saturday, you got the Royal Oak Concert Band directed by Kevin C. 1:30 to 2:30. I can't say his last name. I don't want to chop it up because I know people chop up my maiden last name, so I don't want to do that. So that opens it off and kicks it off at 1:30 to 2:30. And so now that I'm thinking about it, I might be able to look at God. God will do it. Because I was supposed to go Saturday. No, I was supposed to go Sunday. But I have another event Sunday, so I was trying to figure it out. Now I see for sure. Yeah, God is so good. Ooh, with the networking and politicking. So anyway, let me get back to this flyer that I'm sharing. And Instagrammers, you guys can't see the graphics, but again, if you go over on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, one of those pages, you definitely, or my Facebook Live, TT from the D podcast, you guys can see the graphics I'm sharing. You can look at the flyers. They've been circulating They were circulating all around social media. Okay, so again, you have a 3 o'clock performance. You have a 4:45. Tim Bowman will be in the building. And I'm going to support because the one and only Demetrius Neighbors will be playing with Tim Bowman. And Demetrius is actually showing out and showing up on Sunday as well. He'll be playing with Alexander Zonchek. And so I was going to try that to see that. Sunday also at 1:30, Angela Davis will be performing. Shout out to Angela Davis. She's another amazing vocalist artist, and I'm super excited about that. It's just an amazing lineup. But again, as I said, what's up, Demetrius? He had popped up for a hot second. I know you're doing your thing, getting yourself ready. So I appreciate you, brother, for stopping through. I was just letting them know that you're showing up and showing out on Saturday and Sunday for the Royal Oak Live concert. And it's a free event, everybody. It's a free event. Look at this love. I love it. Journey said, come on, Demetrius Neighbors and Angela Davis. I can imagine her saying it because like she just supports and loves everybody, even though she's doing this amazing, big, gigantic music festival tomorrow. Let me go back to that flyer just in case for those of you that's popping on. This is tomorrow. So we can do this. This is tomorrow. Okay. And Demetrius is humble, and he says, "Thank you." He's a humble guy, talented as all get out. But I'm going to be up in the building, Demetrius, with my lawn chair player and doing that. And so tomorrow, don't forget, the 3rd annual Juneteenth concert is going down, baby. Journey to Sound Productions is giving you your money's worth. And let me tell you about the food, baby. Y'all know I'm greedy. I'm a foodie. That's the proper way to say that in my own mind. You're a bit, you're greedy. I'm a food connoisseur or whatever. So that's going down. So I had to share that little promo with you guys. And I don't say little as belittling, but just I wanted to get to that. I wanted to take over this time that I'll have left to focus on the main topic this evening, and that is June is mental health awareness for men. So it's dedicated to men, and I wanted to share a couple things with you. I'm going to go over some things and I'm going to go back. So I just want to kind of debrief. Sending love to men who struggling with their mentally, okay? Suffering with suicidal thoughts. Men who are scared to speak up. Men who are in therapy. Men who feel alone. Men who feel dismayed by society. We're going to talk about that, break it down. We're going to talk about this cycle. How people say it's not okay to be not okay for men. It's not okay for men to feel lonely. It's not okay for men to break down. It's not okay for men to need to go to therapy. It's not okay to ask and receive emotional support. It's not okay to cry. It's not okay to be vulnerable. It's not okay to have all the answers. It's not okay to ask for help. It's not okay to talk about how you feel. That's all bullshit. It is okay. And that's why I'm doing this show, because I was so passionate this morning. It is okay for all of that. And this is not a black, white, cultural, religious. No, this is like all men, all boys, all kings around the globe, everywhere. This is about you guys, right? When we grow up, you're welcome, Juneteenth. You welcome. Straight. Yeah, it's okay to heal, Queen. Absolutely. It is okay to heal. I was very passionate this morning on my show. And I'm going to do another show for tomorrow morning. Actually to educate people on Juneteenth. Just so we can go over that. But tonight I want to stay the course and talk about these things, because people, growing up, I even heard young boys, young men being told it's not okay to cry, if you cry, you a punk. If you a like, what? Like, I didn't know, because I was a child. I'm thinking like, okay, boys are supposed to be strong and men are supposed to be strong. They're not supposed to cry. No. But as I started to get older and I realized these emotions we feel are not gender selective, right? If you hurt, you are sad. If someone you love, you respect is harmed or hurt, you're going to be sad. You're going to feel a certain way. Who came up with that damn idea to say it's not okay to not be okay if you a man? What? There's men that have been raped. Let's be clear. And I'm telling you what I know, because I get out in the community. I do a lot of things. A lot of things I try to go live and share to encourage and inspire and motivate. A lot of things I'm private about, not because I'm keeping it a secret, but just because I'm just in that thing. And when I went out to do a march, shout out to Tamika Cherry Henry. I went out walking on behalf of her daughter. Hallelujah. I went walking out on behalf of her daughter for a domestic violence walk. There's a lot of folks that lose their lives every day to domestic violence. Y'all see it in social media. However, when I went to walk on behalf of Jasmine, there were men taking the podium that were brought up to speak who were in counseling or who was sexually abused or physically abused by women. And I remember when I saw this big guy got up there, he was the first male that was speaking. It was like, what? I'm thinking like, how? But you know what? They don't report it. Why? Because society has good evening, sis. Good evening. Shout out to Melanie Smiles, who is also one of TT from the D official sponsors. outside of my husband's 50 McDay. Shout out to my husband who's on his way overseas again to do tour life as he knows it. And so when I was listening to his story, I was sad because this man was being beaten by his girlfriend, right? Because he was raised that you don't put your hand on a woman, right? True that, because I raised my boys. Hey, what we not doing is putting our hands on a girl, because guess what? Your mom will pull up and put her hands on you. All right. And I wish you would put your hands back on me or try to act like, I'll handicap you because I brought you here, right? I ain't gonna take you out of here. I ain't saying that because I love you and I want you in this world as long as God wants you here. But what you're not gonna do is beat on a woman. And the other part of that is what y'all need to teach our daughters: keep your hands to yourself. Because there's a lot of, I'm a boy mom, right? I'm a boy mom. So there's a lot of us that's raising our sons like you respect these women as your queen. Women are queens and princesses, and you treat them as such. But let me be clear. My sons ain't no punching bag. One of them a black belt. So let's be clear. Let's not do that. And I don't want to have to ever pull up on your daughter. Like, what? I got little cousins and my sons have sisters, and I don't want them to pull up. I don't want it to be a family affair. So teach your daughters to keep their hands to themselves, just as we teach our sons to keep their hands to themselves. Now, do they listen? Obviously not, because we wouldn't have domestic violence if they did. So anyway, getting back to the story at hand. The boop boop, okay? So talking about some of these things that they were taught, or we were taught, going back into the circle. I want men to know that you are never alone. I want men to know that suffering does not make you weak. I want men to know there is help out there. There are resources on top of resources. We don't know what you need until you tell us. But you were raised, maybe, or society has said it's not okay to speak up or speak about how you feel or what you're going through. And I'm here to remind you, let me cut this off. That's some total bullshit. It's BS. You speak how you feel. If you hurt, you share that shit. If you need help and you're struggling mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, whatever it is, you speak it. Just because you have male parts, body parts, does not mean that you don't have a heart. And that don't have no gender. A heart don't got a gender. Emotions don't have a gender. So all that shit that we were taught growing up, what I realized, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, okay, because I know I got some kids that be listening, and I'm gonna talk tough to you because it's real. The world is real and tough, right? Social media will pick and choose what they want. I'm gonna be real raw and uncut, respectfully speaking, but real raw and uncut about it, because the world not gonna dial it down for you. People are so quick to share negative stuff, so quick to share a person getting murdered live. I don't know. I used to think, like, are you doing it to educate people so they don't go through that or don't become a victim? Or are you sharing it because you want the likes and the views on your page? And when I really thought about it on another level, it's like, why do we hit like on some shit like that? Ain't nobody supposed to be hitting like on somebody losing their life or getting beaten. Man, woman, other, it don't matter, but we do. And I be looking like, what in the Lifetime special is really going on with the thought process? A lot of us are emotionally drained and emotionally detached. Okay, so let's get back to this. Okay, men, it's not unmanly to struggle. All right, I'm gonna say what some people don't want to say, and if anybody feel like, no, men, okay, well, to each his own. But let me be clear, your comments will not be shared if you all hear negative bashing men for being not okay. And you're not gonna be a friend of mine. You're gonna get blocked and reported for bullying if you coming on and you talking down about men. Men are the way that we keep the world going. And when I say that, if we support our men and encourage them and empower them and inspire them, they will become super amazing beyond their own imaginations, beyond yours. But we're so opinionated about men, what they should be doing, how they should. Like, you hear shit like, I watch a lot of reality shows and media and all that, just like I'm sure you guys do, because we're like, right? However, when you hear a woman like, he got to be making this a figure, he can't be working at so and so, and he can't be driving no so and so, and he better not be living in that so. Who is you? Who is you? And you, what are you doing? What are you bringing to the table? Because last time I checked, when you go to dinner with somebody and there's 2 chairs at the table, right? You on a date, they bring 2 plates in most cases. You gonna eat, he gonna eat, right? You want this man to have all this to bring to the table. What if he don't bring a plate for you to eat? That you could have a seat though and watch him eat. And the other side of that is, ladies, it's okay to treat the man. Hey, Krista P, it's okay to treat the man. You know, the man don't got to always pick up the tab in the bill and do all those things. Don't make a man feel like because you might be making 6 figures and he might be making $12 an hour. He ain't a man because he making $12 an hour. He got a legitimate job. And what he don't need to do is be bothered with the likes of somebody who's looking down at him on where he work. If he treats you good and he's a good man, and it's hard to find out, because let me be clear about this too. There's a lot of men out here that's beating the brakes off of some of y'all, and y'all stay because of the materialistic side of shit, and y'all crazy. Last time I checked, you only knuckle up when it's necessary, right? To defend yourself. But some of y'all got the whole game twisted, right? Some of y'all got the whole game twisted. So back to this about the men, reminding them that it's okay to speak up. And speaking up means you got courage. And no, you're not a burden. Some men feel like, oh, I'm a burden if I... No, you're not. And if somebody tells you or makes you feel that way, you need to reevaluate the person or the circle you're dwelling in. Sir, real talk. Real talk. Real talk. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. Real talk about that. It's okay to show your emotions. Yes, it is. Why not? If you excited, if you sad, if you mad, whatever it is, it's okay to express how you're feeling. Because when you don't, let me tell you what ends up happening. Let me share some statistics with you. And this is from Mind Journal. Okay? Don't take it from me. Go and get that. Okay? I did go to school. My degree is in criminal justice. However, I did go to school to learn counseling. I never finished. I kicked out the program. That's a whole nother podcast. But the knowledge is priceless, and you can't take that back from me. So anyway, this statistics come from Mind Journal. Okay? Male deaths represent 79% of all suicides in the U.S., according to the CDC. Okay? 84 men take their lives per week in the UK alone. Men are less likely to get help, often because they are afraid to speak up. Talking about mental health issues does not make you weak. Speaking up when suicidal is not attention seeking. Let's focus on the percentage of males who take their lives in the US. 79%. Let's talk about 84 men take their lives every year, at around 84. And it's sad to be able to round it off in the UK. So it's not just a American thing. It's not just a black-white thing. It's a gender thing. And I think a lot of it is because we've been taught and we've learned, and some people raise their sons right in today's time. Like, my sons are not raised that way. My sons are raised to express themselves. Now, I ain't saying fall all out and do all that, but if you got to shed a tear, shed a damn tear. If you need to go in a room and be like, scream that shit out, do that. Because I'd rather you do that than decide that you can't be here any longer. Society doesn't dictate what we do, y'all. But yet we allow it to in a lot of cases. Does that make you weak? No. No. But a lot of people want approval. We stand on wanting approval. And we think, hey, Medina, we stand on wanting approval from people. And like, why? Who are we? Like, what are we doing? Instead of building our men up, we tear them down. But on the other side, let me flip it. I know this is Men's Mental Awareness Month. Men, y'all got to also stop tearing down these women. Sometimes we do tit for tat. Y'all know when I was immature, I was a tit for tat type of chick. What? What? Like what? Right? But as I got older and mature, I was like, yeah, no, yeah, no. But we have to stop harming each other mentally, emotionally, and spiritually and physically for sure. Right? But our men, they need our help. I'm not saying they're vulnerable or they're weak, but we have to encourage men, ladies, women, and little girls. Because y'all start that shit in school. You tease boys or you make fun of them or whatever. That shit starts in elementary. So I'm talking to my little girls as well, right? I'm talking to the men and women raising your kids. If you see something that seems off about your son, your daughter, talk to them. But I'm really talking about the little boys. Bullying is not okay. Okay, bullying is not okay. Um, I know several young men who left this life at their own hands because of what was going on, bullying and stuff like that. One in particular was the youngest and such a sweetheart. And it was just like when it happened, it was like, nah, nah. What? How could these young people even formulate their thoughts? But what about cyberbullying and shit like that? I just saw about maybe a month ago a little 10-year-old boy was being bullied and picked on in school, and he spoke out to his parents, and the parents spoke out to the school, and the school didn't really do anything. I'm all about let's have a parent meeting. Let's try to be mature first, okay? Let's try to be mature first. Let me, if my child bringing an issue to me, I'm gonna bring it to the school, because if that's where it's happening, I need y'all to be aware, okay? Now, if y'all don't do shit, I'm gonna let you know I'm requesting a parent meeting. Tell the parents, because I don't believe in approaching people's kids. I'm not gonna do that because I don't want nobody approaching mine. You got a problem as an adult, you talk to the adult. Kids are kids, right? But some people got that shit all messed up. You got parents at the bus stop jumping on kids. I be looking like I'm gonna catch a whole kind of case. In a nice way, though. In a nice way. I don't know if there's a nice way or bad way, ugly way to catch a case, but don't do that. Holler at the parent. And I ain't talking about like what's up? Not that. Let's be grown. Because if you and put a child into this world, hopefully you're grown and mature enough to understand that everything ain't about fisticuffs. That's what's wrong with a lot of people too in society. We're lacking the emotional intelligence to be able to express ourselves. And then it does not help that you're teaching, or people are teaching young men or grown men, that it's not okay to not be okay. So now they lack the emotional intelligence to be able to solve a problem without fighting or killing. And you wonder why a lot of these young men are killing one another, because they don't know how to. Well, I ain't no punk. I ain't gonna. Y'all don't realize y'all making these damn monsters. Some of y'all are making these damn monsters because you and told them somewhere along their life pathway, their journey, that it ain't okay to not be okay. That you don't let nobody punk you out. Like what? Like what does that mean? What does that mean? If you got a problem with somebody, let's talk about it. Hey, let me pull you to the side. We don't need a theatrical show either. Right? And even if you think you can whoop that ass, that don't mean that you need to. And for those of you that's scary, you want to go get a gun, like what? The gun that we carry isn't for that. It's to protect yourself when somebody's trying to harm you. Not this other frivolous shit that people are taking people's lives for like it's nothing. We as society, we don't respect human life. It's a gift that we unwrap every single day. But when it comes to our men, our boys, our sons, our brothers, our uncles, our fathers, our grandfathers, what about the men that paved the way? And a lot of the teaching, I realized, and I was listening to somebody the other day, a lot of it was passed down because they were taught men don't cry. You don't show weakness. You're like, what? Like, what? You're bullying them and you're teaching them, so then they're afraid to even express themselves to their own fathers. A lot of time, I don't want my father to think I'm a punk. You got some kids that are, I know a child that committed suicide because they was more afraid of the father, what the father was going to do on something that could have been dealt with. So afraid. What? And then the father was still an asshole after the child killed themselves. And I'm looking like, what? Like, why did you even get the opportunity to reproduce with somebody? Because, like, yeah, like your balls should have been cut off like a long time ago, but that's another story. So I'm just looking like we have to remind our young men, our husbands, our brothers, our boyfriends, baby daddies, whoever, that it's all right to share how you feeling. Express how you feeling to us so we can know. But ladies, don't be trying to make them look like they a punk. Call them hoe ass niggas and shit. Y'all know y'all do that shit. And I know y'all like, oh my God, yeah, I'm saying what y'all saying behind closed doors or out in front. Cause some of y'all are so disrespectful. You will tear a man down in public. And of course they're gonna feel some kind of way. They're not gonna go and tell their boys, yeah, she cussed me out again. She was slapping on me. And I know some men who have been hit on. Like, I know somebody who make it very clear that she beats on her husband when he get out of line. I'm looking like, and he's one of the nicest guys I know. And I'm like, and I've asked her, like, why the fuck you do that? Because if he reach back like to the south and knock your damn teeth out to the north, oh, you about to try to kill him, you gonna call the police, you gonna do all this. But when you do it to him, he's never once called the police. Cause how that look? Him calling the police on his wife. He hasn't told anybody because, and he ain't put his hands on her because he don't want to have to deal with no brothers, no uncles, no cousins, no sons, no side piece dudes, no baby daddies, no exes, no nothing. So he just rolls with it. And I'm like, can't be me. Can't be my son. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Nope. 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 Can't be my brother. Okay? I respect everybody's privacy in their relationships. But what we not gonna do is put hands on other people. Okay? So that's not what we doing. If you don't like the man, leave the man. Don't be putting your hands on him. And fellas, you too. You too. If you don't like the girl, leave the girl. Don't put your hands on her. Because this shit runs two ways. It's a double-edged sword and it's a two-way street. Keep your hands to yourself unless it's necessary. And I ain't talking because you don't have emotional intelligence to be able to deal with how you're feeling. So now you want to put your hands on somebody. And you understand that's why people lose their lives every single day. But for our men to be told that it's not okay to express themselves, it makes them look like punks or weak. I want a man that is not afraid to express how they're feeling to me. I'm going to be their safe place. I ain't saying they got to go to the podium and just be out here crying and stuff. I ain't saying that. But tough love is balanced out. We also got to raise our daughters with a level of toughness as well. Daintiness and femininity we need that, right? We want our daughters to be our daughters and we want our sons to be our sons, right? We want the world to be what the world is going to be, but society does not dictate what that looks like. It's up to you as a parent, as a supporter, to encourage people. It's your duty as a human being to love on others, to care about their well-being. Their mental capacity may not be as deep, as long as yours. You got to learn to meet people also where they are, especially our men, because a lot of people are hurt. And hurt people hurt people. Y'all know that, right? But let's get back to this because I don't want to digress. So when we go back to the statistics, let's go back to that. And according to my journal, Go look it up yourself. You ain't got to take TT from the D for what I said. You can look it up yourself. 79% of all suicides in the U.S. is committed by men. That by itself is some shit. How are we supposed to reproduce and replenish the earth and keep life going without men? I know some of y'all feel like you don't need a man to have a child, but you do. You need the sperm. Women can't produce sperm. I don't care if you're in same-sex marriages or not. And I ain't here bashing nobody because I got relatives and friends that are in same-sex marriages, and I love them just the same. However, ladies, you can't get sperm from your wife. Husbands, you can't have your husband carry a baby. That's reality. Nobody should be mad about that because that shit's true. Scientifically, it's not possible. But y'all know how we do. Just give us a couple of more decades or years. They'll figure it out. You trying to play God and build men and women. Like what? That's why so many people are so damn confused. Because society say, you can do that. Don't be listening to that. You can do, like, because somebody decided, and you got a bunch of people who followers, right? So somebody decided, well, you know what? We can go and do this and it's okay. And then a group of people get together and all of a sudden it's a law. But we still fighting the fucking vote. We black. I'm talking about the black people. Let's go there for 2 seconds. Y'all passing all these frivolous ass laws, teaching this and that in school and blah, blah, blah. But we still got to fucking vote to be able to vote. What? Make it make sense. The young people say that. Make it make sense. Doesn't. But when we start to talk about the mental wellness of men, y'all want to be like, we don't want to deal with that. Why not? Why not? Can you imagine if men were healed in their hearts, in their minds, and in their spirits, how peaceful this damn world could be? A lot of times I think men act out from the emotions because they don't know how to place them, because they haven't been taught on how to express them. They've been pushed away like, hey, we ain't dealing with all that. We don't handle it like that. All right, well, yeah, all right. I'd rather my sons, my husband express themselves. I know how they feeling. And they know that if they need therapy, go get that shit. That's what counseling is for. It ain't gender specific. Like, oh, only ladies and girls and women can only have counseling. Men don't go to counseling. Who told y'all that shit? You got male therapists. What? So if men don't go to counseling, they ain't supposed to, how the hell is a male becoming a therapist? How you know how to talk to people? Did y'all think that they only gonna talk to women? Let's think about this. Let's think about that. And take it, put it where you may. Move it like a chess piece or a checker piece. Whatever game you want to play. If you want to play, go ahead and do that. But I'm not playing. I'm so serious. And this is a tough show. It ain't gonna get a lot of views tonight, and that's okay. I'm here for it. Because guess what I know? I'm here for that one. I just need that one person that needed to hear what I have to say tonight. Because I'm passionate about it. It is what it is. I don't take it back. I don't apologize. And I'll tell it to anybody. I feel that men have the right to not be okay. I feel that men have the right to share their experiences and their emotions. Let's go here. We want to send love out to men who are struggling mentally. There's a lot of men that struggle mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Okay? We want to send love out to men who suffer with suicidal thoughts. There are men that have suffered, that do suffer, and will suffer because they're made to feel alone. Sending love out to the men who are scared to speak up because they're being treated wrong on whatever level, by whomever. Sending love out to the men who are in therapy. Keep getting that therapy, bro. Keep getting the damn therapy. Talk therapy, music therapy, whatever type of therapy you need. Don't you let nobody tell you. Don't let nobody tell you it's not okay. I'm rooting for you. I don't know you, but we need you, brothers. And I ain't talking about brothers, just the black men. I'm talking about brothers, a male. You a brother. My sisters are my sisters in Christ. Ain't got no damn color to the skin. If you wrap your bodies up in mummy tape, and you clearly know that you a male, we don't know what color you are. If you clearly know that you're a woman and you're wrapped in mummy tape, we don't know what color you are. So you my sister, my brother. And right now I'm pleading on behalf of my brothers, the men in the world, the boys that are growing up to be men. I'm sending love out to the men who are feeling alone. A lot of y'all feel alone. A lot of y'all isolate yourselves from your family, from your friends, from things you once used to do because something's going on. And some of y'all are so damn blind that y'all don't even see it. Y'all ain't noticed he don't come around like he used to. He don't like to do the things he once did. Now he could be growing and maturing. So maybe he doesn't want to do certain things. Maybe, but y'all don't notice certain things about that man that's in your life, that boy that's in your life. Y'all ain't noticing it? Or are y'all saying, oh, let him work it out. He'll work it out. He'll find his way. Okay. Okay. Let me bring back up this damn statistic for y'all. 79% of suicides are committed by men. So damn it, they're not able to always find their way. They're not always able. Stop pushing them in the corner. Stop pushing them in the corner. Stop dismissing these men. Stop dismissing these boys. A lot of them are troubled. A lot of them are troubled. And they don't know where to get the help because we don't talk about that shit. We promote women empowerment. Where the men empowerment things at? Like, anybody want to do a men empowerment seminar? Ladies, do we want to host one? Does that mean that we trying to make them soft? No. But where my men at that know that it's okay to not be okay, damn it? Where my men at that said, you know what, we need to get together and support each other, brothers? Where y'all at? Where y'all empowerment retreats and shit? I ain't just talking about a fellas trip. I'm talking about get together and teach each other. Dr. Beatty, Queen, if you put something together, I'm so there. Because it's urgent that we do this for our males. I know you got sons. It's so important. And we're not paying attention. Hell, half the time people don't care. You logging on to the next thing. I ain't trying to hear that shit CT talking about. It's okay, because I don't care if you don't want to hear it. Somebody heard it. It'll penetrate your heart or your spirit right now or tomorrow. We all know somebody that is struggling mentally that's a male, a boy. It could be your husband. It could be your brother. It could be your son. It could be your male cousin. And they need you. They need you. They need you. They need you. Make them know that they have a safe place in you if you have a heart, if you have the capacity, because I'm aware that some women don't have the capacity because you was taught the same thing. I was taught that too. Boys don't cry. Boys don't act like this. Boys don't do. There's certain things boys don't do. Let's be clear. But there's certain things, it ain't gender specific. Like, if you sad, you're sad. If you're hurt, you're hurt. If you upset, you got to learn where to put those emotional pieces to the puzzle. But when you're dismissed and you say, fix it, figure it out, you'll find your way, then they go off and they find their way through society. And what's the first thing these young boys are doing? They're killing each other. Dr. Beatty said, trauma doesn't have a sex. Yes, Queen, it does not. And a lot of these young men are trauma disrupted. Men are molested. Men are sex trafficked. Men are beaten. Y'all remember in history where men were, now this is color specific, unfortunately, but y'all remember when men didn't have a voice back in the day, and if they stood up for their family or their friends or their loved ones or themselves, they were lynched, they were hung by trees, shit like that. Down in the belly of the South in certain places, you still got people that think that they can still do that shit. Men are beautiful creatures. Women are beautiful creatures as well, of course. But men are strong. Even the ones that you think, oh, they weak, they're strong, built to last. But how do they last when I don't know what I think these little ants is trying to get in my house. I'm like, what? I felt something crawling. I'm like, I don't think so. Like my little beautiful black skin. But yeah, um, BB Jules. Expound on that, Dr. BB Jules. Because I don't like I want to be educated on things that's shared. So BB Jules, BEBE Jules. If you don't mind, share that, what that means. But yeah, there was a time. Oh, she has voice too. Amen. Yeah. So teaching our young men, our older men, you can teach anybody at any age, unless you did. You always can be taught something. And what I think we need to remember is that we have to teach ourselves to unlearn some of the things we were taught that wasn't correct. See, everything we were taught growing up wasn't exactly true. I want her to hear this. Amen, Dr. Beatty. So we have to unlearn some things that we were taught that we realize, like, yeah, that ain't right. Like some stuff just not right. And when it comes to our men, let me go back to this. It's mind blowing. And I said, in light of me not having my amazing guest tonight, I said I'm not gonna cancel my show. Period. I'm gonna talk about and focus on our men. Okay, so Men Mental Health Awareness Month. We want them to know that it's okay to not be okay. We want them to know to feel it's okay to feel loneliness, but it's okay to let somebody know you feel alone. It's okay, men, to break down if you need to. You got men who will lose a spouse, a mother, a father, brother, a child, a sister. You mean to tell me they can't cry? If they can't cry because they have lost somebody they love, respect, and care for, they don't have a heart, because a heart does not have a gender. And if you telling that man, that boy, don't be crying, girls cry, I need you to check yourself. I love a lot of people. I got a lot of respect for a lot of people, but I know some people that has taught the males growing up in their lives that, and I thank God that people have a understanding that we have our own mindset, and it's a mindset. We can be taught things, but you have common sense. A lot of people don't operate with it, but we have common sense, and you know when something ain't right. Your spirit, like, yeah, nah, I know they said. And you got to realize you don't got to worry about running with the masses. The masses don't know everything. They don't know everything. Don't be afraid to stand on your own either, men. It's okay to be on your own. It's okay to need to go to therapy, as I said. Talk therapy, whatever kind of therapy, music therapy, whatever type of therapy you need. One therapy I want you to stay away from is indulging in quick fixes like drugs and alcohol and things that's not helping you. It's hindering you. It's a temporary fix. Running to the bottle or some other form of drug or narcotic or whatever is not the answer. And y'all remember, hurt people hurt people. So if we don't learn how to deal with our emotions, you're going to be a train wreck. If you think the answer to everything is beating somebody up or killing them, the course that this world is on is going to go even faster. We have to say enough is enough and stand up for our sons, our brothers, our cousins, our nephews, our fathers, our uncles, our our granddaddies, whatever it is. Men, period. Because they are leaving here so rapidly. I just saw this the other day. I said, what? What? Two young 16-year-olds decided, two 16-year-old males decided that they wanted to take this other young man who they didn't know shoes. Now, he gave the shoes to him, but they decided they wanted to shoot him. So they killed him for some shoes. When your child come home with some shit you know you ain't bought, are you questioning where that shit come from? You know they ain't got no job. Who is that? Whose is that? Where you get that from? They disconnected from school, disconnected from activities. What's going on with you? Oh no, I just don't. Nah, what's going on? Why you being isolated? Why you isolating yourself? Check it out. Look into it. All that. Well, I don't want to crowd them. Crowd them. Because if you don't crowd them, you're going to be crowding around the damn coffin. So crowd them. I'm telling you what I know. I attended so many funerals in my life. It's ridiculous. And for some of the males that have taken their own life that I know, it wasn't because they weren't loved or they went through what I'm talking about we shouldn't be doing, belittling or downgrading them. They had loving families, people who poured into them. But society dictates a lot of shit. It does. But for who? Right now I'm going live, right? I'm on my podcast. I'm saying what I'm saying and I'm saying it with passion. So if you're offended, I'm not sure what to tell you. I'm not going to apologize. This ain't the podcast for you. Okay? Because I'm for all men, all boys, no matter where they at, no matter what the color of the skin is. I don't give a hoot nanny what their religious practice is, if they believe or they don't believe. I'm here for everybody. But right now, understanding and learning that June, like, first of all, I love how we as society, we say, oh, this is a domestic violence month. The shit. What? Like, okay, so do the person who's beating the person say, I can't beat you this month, but next month I'm gonna beat you because this month is just, we gonna stop. Do they get a break? No, they don't. This is bullying month. Don't people bully every fucking day? Yeah, they do. So all this it's nice to bring awareness though. Because this shit happens every day, 365 days a year, 366 on that leap year, if you know anything about it. So it's happening every day, everywhere around the globe. It's not gender specific. It does not care. Yet, we're on to the next. Greetings to you too, Vante. So we're on to the next. But again, we have to empower our young men, our sons, our brothers, our cousins, our nephews, our co-workers, our classmates, males, period. We're losing them too rapidly. We're losing them too rapidly. Society want to judge people, persecute people. Who the hell? Let me tell you something my pastor told me. And I know y'all like, oh, you go to church, Sissy? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay. None of us, let me be clear. I don't care if you got 50,000 letters behind your name, in front of your name, don't matter. I don't care if you live in the biggest house on the block, in the richest neighborhood, drive the fanciest car, have the all the zeros that you can't even continue to count on your bank. I don't care. You don't have a heaven or a hell to put nobody in it. Not you just can't. You don't have RSVP rights to heaven or hell, but you can get you a quick pass to one of them. Keep on acting out. And those of you that say, I don't believe, okay, that's fine. I ain't mad at nobody, whether you believe or you don't believe. I'm a believer. I believe. I believe that there is a God. I do. I do. I do. I do. I believe in heaven and hell. I believe that men are men, women are women, and we love unconditionally, but we are taught behavior patterns that make us think that we're supposed to love with condition. So I'm going to leave you with this because I don't want to be on here. I know y'all like, I'm sick of TT. Okay, whatever. And I don't want to go over this hour. Men, mental health reminders. 1, you are never alone. 2, suffering does not make you weak. 3, there's help out there. 4, it's not unmanly to struggle because we all struggle, man, woman, female, or other. Okay? 5, you are not a burden. 6, speaking up is courage. 7, it's okay to show your emotions. And 8, you don't need to man up about your feelings and how you're thinking. You just need to know that you have feelings and you have the right to express them. Okay? I'm sending love out to men who are struggling mentally, suffering with suicidal thoughts, who are scared to speak up, who are in therapy. Keep going, brother. And as I said earlier, for those of you that just came in, I ain't talking about just when I say brother, I'm talking about all males. All males. Sending love to men who are feeling alone because you are not alone. I'm sending love to men who are feeling dismayed by society. Again, society will have you doing crazy things. And the statistic, as I shared earlier, I want to go back to this because it was alarming to me. And again, you don't got to take TTE word for it. You can go and look it up for yourself in the Mind Journal. 79% of all suicides in the US, according to the data last year, was committed by males. That's 79%. If you're not bothered by that, I'm not sure what your problem is. I'm here for my husband, my brothers, my nephews, my cousins, my friends, my coworkers, classmates, neighbors, strangers. I don't care. Ladies, we have to encourage and empower and inspire our men. And again, I am looking to hear about, I would love to participate. I know I'm a woman, but I would love to see men have empowerment conferences. Women, we do it all the time. Empowerment this, women empowerment. And yes, we need it. Shit, we need it because some of us don't know how to act, but men need it too. Let's not dismiss our men. They need it too. They need love. They need compassion. They need empathy. They need unconditional love. Let me be clear. Extended to them grace and mercy every single day. Just like we want it, ladies, and we need it, the men need it too. They deserve it as well. So, forget what you was told. Like I said earlier, some of us have to unlearn what we've learned or was taught because you have a mindset that you might need to tweak a little bit, and that's okay. Men are so important in this world. I can't imagine a world without men. We wouldn't be able to really have one. So let's take care of our men. When we know better, we do better, right? So I'm going to end it because I've been over 4 minutes by myself, and y'all know how I can get. I don't want to do that. I'm going to close us out, reminding you about the Juneteenth events one more time here in the D. For those of you, tomorrow is the 3rd annual music festival, Juneteenth, brought to you by Journey to Sound Productions. We have artists like JD Green in the building, comedian Josh Adams. We'll have vocalist Zania Alake. Y'all have seen her on The Voice all over the place. You know, I've had the pleasure of hosting one of her events. Amazing. And then Artistry of a Black Flower will be in the building. Amazing, amazing. Shout out to Artistry of a Black Flower. Shout out to Jervis Canty, who will be hosting this amazing concert tomorrow night. DJ Rob Marks is on the 1s and 2s. Remember, it starts at 5:30. Donations are $35. That also includes your beverage. Now, there is no alcohol being served. However, they did say you could bring your own bottle. Now, let's drink responsible if you're going to do that. And it's a family event. Don't come out showing your ass. If you don't know how to act, stay at home. Okay. All right. So then Saturday and Sunday, there's a lineup, the Royal Oak lineup. Again, this is if you in the D. Okay. And they're going to have an amazing lineup. You're going to have Tim Bowman performing at 4:45 on Saturday, June 22nd. And our brother Demetrius Neighbors will be performing with him, showing up and showing out. You'll have Brian Simpson and Jackie, I think it's Jackie M. Joyner. Then on Sunday, shout out to Angela Davis. She'll be performing. Also, you'll have Greg Karokis. My apologies. It's Karukas. I hate chopping people's last name up. Oh, because my maiden name, Craigit, people used to tear it up. I apologize. But yes, then you got the one and only Alexander Zonchek. And then Demetrius Neighbors will be coming back to show out and show up with him as well that night. At 4:45, and then you'll be closed out with Miriam Meadows. Everybody from the D know who Miriam Meadows is. So that's the second day lineup, and then Saturday also shout out to Nikki Giovanni. She'll be doing Ypsilanti's Juneteenth celebration. Her performance time is 2:20 p.m. If you're trying to make your calendar and try to support, I try to be everywhere, wherever I can be. I try to pop in, show my love, my support, and I try to go. But I'm gonna try to make as much as I can on two different sides of the city. Communities, counties to be actual true. But yeah, and so I just want to send love and vibrations of positivity to all the men across the globe, no matter where you are, no matter who you are, does not matter. Okay. I'm gonna end this out with a song. I'm trying to see what song I want to play. I'm feeling my feelings as always, but I think I'm going to end this with Love Me Back by Everard Cassimy. Shout out to Everard Cassimy doing this thing in Chicago, bringing the news to us to them, the Chicagoans, as only they can, like he used to do here on Local 4 WDID. So we're going to play Love Me Back, and I will see you guys for next Tap In Tuesday. I believe my guests for next Tap In Tuesday, I said I was going to start telling y'all, and I forgot because I thought it was Randy Scott, but he's July 2nd. I do know Randy Scott is July 2nd, so put that on your calendar. A lot of people love Randy Scott, and I'm going to have him on here. But I can't remember who's next week. I'm sorry. So I've enjoyed you guys. I hope that this show wasn't too tough for you. I hope that you will take what I said into account. I hope that you will remind a male that that it's okay to not be okay, that we got to love one another, that it's okay to go to therapy. It's okay to get the necessary support you need. It's okay to encourage and be encouraged and all those other things that I said earlier. Go back if you missed the show. It was a great segment, I think. Thank you for everybody who commented and shared the comments that I can actually see through StreamYard. Salute. Shout out to Dr. Beatty. Dr. Beatty, if you are going to do something that's geared towards men empowerment, I am all for it. Fellas, if you guys are going to do something, I'm all for it. I know I'm a woman, as I said, but I will loan my support, my skill set, whatever it takes to help our men become better men. So on that note, this is Love Me Back by Everard Cassimy. It's your girl, TT from the D, and I'll see you soon.
Instagram stalking you all day, searching for any clues, like where you be at, girl, you got a boo. I double tap away and slide into your DMs, and somehow I'm believing you could be mine. Damn, you're fine. It's getting serious. How much I need you. Turn on your notifications, so I know when you're away and you don't even know I exist. I don't believe this. Hoping for a text from you, 'cause I need you to love me back, 'cause I'm feeling quite obsessive. This love's got me sick when I see you with him. Like I just said, I got it bad. And I wanna apologize for that. Am I wrong for loving you? Said I wished upon a star, hope it came true. Give me your attention. I wanna see your name up in my mansion. So serious, how much I need you. Turn on your notifications, so I know you're away and you don't even know I exist. I don't believe this, hoping for a text from you, 'cause I need you to love me back, 'cause I'm feeling quite upset.